Hi guys, Super Secret Tech here. I'm going to be doing, this is match 1 with the Dimir acquisition deck that I just did deck tech for, and we're going to see how it goes. I've never played this deck before, and I have no idea what this guy's playing. Okay, Bellow Wizards, probably not a tier 1 deck. I just realized I loaded the wrong deck. Oh well, we'll play it out anyway. This was revision 1. Again, I hadn't playtested it, and I made some revisions before I even started playtesting with it after my initial build, but we'll see how this does. I don't believe this build has a sideboard. It's a little more mill intensive than what I ended up with. Well, at least I have a couple of options here. I can either, next turn, I can either Dungeon Geist, steal a creature, and use it as a blocker, or I can go ahead and get Reaver out there and see if I can't get the card engine going. Um, I think the correct play here is going to be to go ahead and get the Geist, take his Arsonist, because when it dies I get a trigger and I can deal an extra damage. And I have a blocker that way that I have no issues with it dying. Oh wait, no, this one doesn't steal it, it just makes it not tap. That's right. Yeah, that's still fine. If he has removal here, he's going to remove the Dungeon Geist. And if he attacks, I'll just take it, because I have answers. Alright, here I'm going to go ahead and attack first, see what he does. Okay, Searing Spear. I think I'm going to go ahead and get Reaver out. The reason I'm doing that is just by the look of his deck, it doesn't look like it's really heavy removal based. And so I'm hoping that this guy's going to survive and I can just, get in for card advantage. Yeah, I basically have to take this one. Um, just because I don't want to lose my Reaver to a Bellows Lizard. And I'm probably going to... Oh, that was interesting. That's a lot bigger than I was expecting him to play. Okay, this one's not too much different. Oh, that's perfect right there. Um, gonna go ahead and Dungeon Geist and get that Shivan tapped out, which allows us to swing with Reaver and not have to worry, because if he loses the Arsonist, he loses the Arsonist. Now the other thing is I'm putting in a particularly not good situation, because I can't lose my Dungeon Geist. Like, I just can't afford to let him get Shivan untapped. Um, Man, that was bad. Okay. Here, I'm going to go ahead and attack with Reaver, just for the simple fact that Shivan Dragon's pretty big, and I really don't want to have to deal with it. Um, and this way, I either get in and get a zombie, or I kill his dragon, which I'm pretty fine with that trade. gonna go ahead and plus Liliana and get a swamp just so her -3 ability's better. That's not good, but it's not the end of the world. I mean, I still have like Doom Blades and such. Um, he can only do one, and I'm probably gonna have to kill the Bellow Lizard with this activation. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the Bellows Lizard. No, I don't want to give it +3/+3. Then I think the correct play here is go ahead and Liliana, tutor up a swamp and play that swamp again just to make that -3 better. And then play Jace's Phantasm because I can just trade for the Shivan Dragon. And if he doesn't attack, I can just plus Liliana again, play a swamp, and, you know, see if he still doesn't attack. If he doesn't, I'll just kill the dragon. Like, there's a couple things right here that'd be really bad. Like, Act of Treason would pretty much just ruin me. So hopefully you don't have that. The smart play here would be to hit Liliana. Yeah. Keep me from being able to use it as a kill condition to the dragon. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'm still going to go with the original strategy of plussing it, getting a swamp, putting the swamp into the battlefield. That way I can kill dragon next turn. And I'm going to go ahead and play Jace and draw a card. Just because at this point, like, the milling, even though it sounds great, isn't the best option in the world. But man, drawing 20 cards, that would be pretty sick right now. So that's what we're going to build for. Yeah, he can Wild Ricochet all he wants to. You can mill me all you want, buddy. I guess he realized that I really don't have a lot of good targets. Um, as of right now, however, Doomblade would have been a fantastic target, because then I wouldn't have been able to kill his dragon. The other thing with Wild Ricochet is Mind Sculpt says target opponent, so he still has to pick himself. So he just double milled himself instead of single milled himself. So that's pretty entertaining. He can't change the target to me. Just like with Duress, you can't change the target of Duress. You could, like, if you're playing in, just explaining the rules to him, so he understands. And so, yeah, I just explained to him that, basically that he just double milled himself. And so now Mill's definitely the plan of attack. Yeah, that's good. That Jace is only a 1/1, because otherwise he could just destroy me right here. Okay, he's gonna kill Jace and hurt Liliana, um, which is fine. Yeah, now he gets it. And so here, it puts him in a really interesting predicament, because he needs to attack, um, but like, yeah, he has to sacrifice Shivan, or I have to sacrifice Jace, one or the other. And I'm just gonna choose letting him sacrifice Shivan at this point. And I'll keep plussing Liliana even though it doesn't do anything, because I already have all my swamps. Man, I'm drawing pretty land heavy. I guess I should have just kept up with the pumping with the 0 ability and just mill them out. If I draw another land next turn, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'll just start milling him for 10, because I can outrace him at this point. I was really wanting to do the +7 ability. Well, that helps. That in card advantage is just so key, especially with the way that this particular deck works. Gonna go ahead and Phantasm here and just save the Tomb Scour. I should be able to mill him out pretty quickly now. He put it on all on Jace, which is pretty smart to keep me from doing the +7 and just instantly killing him. But that doesn't matter now. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm abusing the new legend rule. So I just played a Jace and hit him for 0 to mill 10 cards. Now I'm going to play a second Jace, choose to keep that one, and mill him for 10 more cards. Okay, at least I still have some stuff in here. Okay. What else? Well, Tidebender Mage is exceptionally good against him. Um, Liliana is good just because it gets the threat off. But I think I can get rid of the guys just because I have the Tidebender mages. Well, I can go down to one guys. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I think this hand's pretty keepable, just because the Jace and the Doomblade, and just knowing what my deck has in it. Now the other side note is, you don't want to play Liliana's Phantasm as a 1-1, because it gets removed really easily. You always want to save it till it's a 5-5. Then this deck has no problem waiting. You know, if we're going to play Drago, I normally win Drago, so I have no issues whatsoever with this. Yeah, make him use up his burn to not hit my Jace's Memory Adept. You know, here Liliana seems pretty strong, just because I don't really care near as much about her as I do Jace. And so grabbing her, getting a swamp, and putting it out seems like a pretty good idea. And it gives him some to target his burn at instead of my Jace, which I care a lot more about, especially versus him. The nice thing is, even to burn out Liliana, he has to use 2 spells. I think he's debating whether he's going to burn it out or not. I'm going to go ahead and plus it and play the swamp, just because, you know, why not? And I think go ahead and get Reaver out there and see what he does with that. So now he has 2 big threats that he has to deal with. And it also takes some pressure off Liliana when you have Reaver out. Yeah, that's great. Because remember, ultimately, I'm just wanting him to get to 10 cards in the graveyard. Um, and other than that, I don't care what happens. Um, so here, even though it might not seem like a good play, I'm going to go ahead and Doomblade the Arsonist, because 1, it adds a card to his graveyard, but 2, if I did it later, he could kill Liliana possibly next turn, and I really don't want that to happen, and, you know, I want to be able to keep pumping it. And I'm going to go ahead and Jace here, and just use the +1, because he's clearly running out of burn, or else he would have killed Liliana straight up. And Shivan Dragon in the graveyard. That's awesome. So if he doesn't play something big here, I just +1 them both. If he does play something big here, um, depending on how he does it, it can get pretty nasty pretty quickly. Like, obviously he should probably kill Liliana here. Ooh, he went for the Jace. Um, obviously gonna plus Jace first, and then Liliana. Gonna go and play my Swamp, and I'm gonna go and play Reaver. And discard an island. The other nice thing is if he like plays Shivan or something like that, now if he kills my Reaver, I can just Tragic Slip and kill anything he can play basically in his deck. I didn't see anything that's greater than 13 power. And then I also have Dungeon Guys, so I can always just tap something down if I need to as well. And if you play something little, I can go ahead and Tragic that as well. Or I can use Liliana's Reaver. The main goal is at this point, next turn, that I'm getting Jace's Phantasm out, which is really strong right now. And we're going to go ahead and just keep drawing the cards, just because it's simply better in this situation, and keep plussing Liliana. You know, there's nothing quite like using up all their burn on creatures and planeswalkers and kind of splitting it all around, so nothing dies. Like, you know, it would probably been better for him to kill one or the other just to keep me from having two abilities every single turn and two constant threats on the board. Um, where this way, he's kind of splitting it all around, and it makes it a lot harder for him to deal with any one particular target. You kind of have to focus when you're playing Burn against something like this. Okay, so it deals 3 damage to target creature or player, so that can hit a Planeswalker. So that's something to be very, very aware of. And so what we're going to do is, instead of just outright killing it, we're going to play our Tidebender Mage and tap down his Devils so he can't block. And I don't have to worry about it. And I don't have to worry about it trying to kill Planeswalker. And then if he kills the Tidebender Mage, that's, you know, damage that's not going towards one of the Planeswalkers. Shanda's Outrage. So he's going to deal 2 damage to it, or 4 damage to the creature, and 2 to one of my Planeswalkers, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Because he's probably going to hit Jace, and I have 2 more in hand, so I'm pretty okay with that scenario. Okay, he got rid of a Phantasm. I'm going to go ahead and just keep milling for 10, because I just think that's the better option now. At this point in the game, is that, you know, if he's going to keep trying to kill it, then I'll just keep milling him. And when he does finally kill it, then I'll just put another one out and keep milling him. Because at this rate, he's on a, what, 3 turn clock max? So that seems pretty legit. See what he does here. I mean, if he plays like a Shivan Dragon, I'll just probably Doomblade it. Well, I can either Doomblade or I can Dungeon Geist it, which might be my best alternative. But either way, it's not looking good for him, just because of my sheer card advantage and the lack of number of cards in his, you know, library. he's probably gonna kill Jace here. That's the smart play. Yeah, finally finished one off. So on my turn, I'll just play Jace and mill him for 10. And even though I'm not getting a swamp with Liliana, it's still good to keep plussing her just because if he gets threats that I need to deal with, I can. And that's pretty important. So again, he killed Jace, and I'm probably just gonna do the same thing. Uh, Play another Jace and mill him for 10. Now, I mean, even if he kills Jace, he's on a 4-turn clock. 3-turn clock now. So I'm pretty okay with that. And I have a syncopate in hand that I can stop whatever with. You know, if he tries to burn Jace, I'm just gonna syncopate it. Yeah. And so on my turn, I'm just gonna mill him and just pass priority because there's no point in attacking or doing anything else. Like he just can't. He just loses. Good game. All right, guys. Well, I will do a another one with the proper